Now at 6 o'clock, there have been several cases of missing persons over the past week involving local women in their 80s, including these two 81-year-olds who are still missing.
We're still really concerned about Joan. She's been missing now for over a week.
We talked to police about how they approach these specific cases.
And we have new ring video of a fatal small plane crash in San Diego. The latest on that investigation coming up in our national headlines at 6:20.
Also, Oregon's Clean Vehicle Rebate Program is open. How you can find out if you're eligible.
And guys, it's time to meet the psychic. We decided, you know what? Look, we have to finally get, for me, my psychic love reading done. It's been far too long. We got to switch something up around here. Go on some first dates. What's going on here? Something's off. Something's going wrong. I don't know. It didn't work. Guys, I'm no angel. I'll admit it. I can't be him. Nobody can just be a clown. There's only 30 here. There's not room for 31. I gotta stick with my psychic love reading. But first, KGW News starts right now.
So Thomas needs to do some readings. So I think he just went on air to say he's single, ladies.
She's China Green. I'm Drew Carney. That's Chris McGinnis. And if you watch this show at all, you know that Thomas Schultz, number one, is one of our best reporters here at the station. Absolutely. Does a fantastic job. But when he's doing fun stories, we sometimes give him nicknames. And yes. I think he just earned the nickname Tongue-Tied Tommy.
Tongue-Tied Tommy. Tongue-Tied Tommy out there.
We'll have more from him coming up a little bit later from City Fair on the waterfront. Chris, let's talk about the weekend weather.
And it is perfect for the weekend, mostly, right? 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I keep saying we do have a threat for some rain on Memorial Day Monday. I'll walk you through that in a second. But my goodness, look at that sunrise over downtown Portland right now. 51 degrees last check at PDX. Waking up to 49 in Hillsborough, 48 Beaverton. We slide down to the south right now, 51 in Salem. The plan for today, broken cloud cover this morning, quickly breaking up as we roll through the day today. I've got sunshine and a high of about 72 in Portland. Our first 70-degree day in almost 2 weeks. And it gets warmer from here as we go into the weekend. More on that and that Monday rain chance in just a second. Let's get you out the door with a quick look at the roads. Photojournalist Chad Dehart has been stationed at this rollover crash in the Donald area for a little while now. This overturned semi around milepost 278 happened just before 5 o'clock this morning. At one point, the freeway was closed. It has reopened, but it is a little bit of a visual distraction for cars passing on by there. No word on any injuries, by the way, at this point, but you can see traffic is moving. Over the east side, Banfield looks pretty good. Door number 3 takes us to North Portland. I-5 looks good as well. Guys, we are operating at a speed limit clip so far.
Thank you, Chris. In an update this morning, the Clark County Sheriff's Office says they have found a woman who went missing from the Hawkinson area. The Sheriff's Office says a citizen found 84-year-old Millie while searching the area. Millie was first reported missing yesterday afternoon.
All week, we've been tracking 2 separate cases of missing 81-year-old women from the area, both of them still missing this morning. So we're going to start here with Joan Ivan, who went missing last weekend. Police say Joan was spotted in downtown Portland this week at the library, but when officers got there, they say Joan was no longer there. Investigators also say she has dementia and is known to frequent Dawson Park in North Portland and the nearby New Season store in that neighborhood. We also want to share an update in the case of 81-year-old Judy Roberts. Judy's daughter tells us that her mother was spotted for a 3rd time on the Oregon coast. She just learned about the sighting in Winchester Bay. That's kind of close to the southern Oregon coast. Quick reminder here, Judy was driving a white 2017 Volkswagen Jetta, license plate 501JYP. It does have a unique bumper sticker as well that says, I heart. We'll have more on both of these cases coming up here in our 6:30 half hour.
And as we covered their stories this week, we wanted to find out more about how investigators approach these kinds of cases.
Sunrise reporter Ashley Graham has talked to Portland police. Let's talk about these cases, Ashley, and what we've learned so far.
Yeah, Drew, China, good morning. They say trying to find older adults who might have cognitive challenges, well, it can be difficult. One of the main reasons, they often don't carry a cell phone that can be tracked, which means officers are searching the streets.
The strategy really is, depending on the case, we will do a grid search. We will put police officers in the neighborhood, especially if they're on foot, and we'll check to see if they're just around the block or maybe just down the block.
He also said people who have memory issues often stay in places that are familiar. So it becomes really important for investigators to check places like a friend's house or a neighborhood grocery store. And unfortunately, these cases are fairly common. Sergeant Kevin Allen says they get calls about missing older family members about once a week. He offered some tips to help keep your loved ones safe. Find a way to track them through a cell phone or a watch and have recent pictures on hand. Also check in on them regularly. If you do need to make a missing persons report, do that as soon as you can so investigators can get to work. Guys.
Ashley Graham's reporting live for us from the newsroom. Thank you, Ashley. In the meantime, authorities are also asking for help finding a teenage boy that they say went missing from Portland's OHSU hospital Wednesday. Police say 15-year-old Tyler Shoup is in danger and has a medical condition that requires hospitalization. Tyler is 5'9" with blonde hair and blue eyes. He's believed to be in the Malala area. If you see him or know where he may be, call 911. 2 Salem women were arrested for allegedly shooting a Corvallis man they met on a dating app. The Benton County Sheriff's Office says 20-year-old Julia Yepez and Alexa Corral used the app to lure the man early Saturday, intending to rob him. The victim survived and was hospitalized. Deputies believe the suspect may have done something similar in another county, so anyone with information should call the Benton County Sheriff's Office.
In other local headlines this morning, investigators say they had probable cause to arrest a tribal police chief who was suspected of sex crimes before he died by suicide last month. In its final report on Charles Gardner's death, the Clark County Sheriff's Office says he committed crimes of sexual misconduct with a minor and sexual exploitation. They say the alleged crimes had gone on for 6 to 9 months. Gardner was the interim Cowlitz tribal police chief. He was found dead in a car outside a Vancouver home last month. The sheriff's office says the person who called 911 that night had gotten into a fight with Gardner after they found them inside their home.
Lawyers for accused University of Idaho killer Brian Koberger are asking for a judge to delay his trial due in part to the publicity that the case is generating. Now, one of the reasons was the leak of evidence that aired in a recent Dateline special. The defense argues that could influence a jury, and the court is now investigating that. Koberger's lawyers also say that they need more time to review evidence and to complete their own investigation in order to prepare for an adequate defense. Right now, the trial is set to begin in August.
Oregon's electric vehicle rebate program is back. If you're interested, here are the options. So first of all, the standard rebate applies to anyone buying or leasing a new eligible vehicle. It's worth up to $2,500. Second, the Charge Ahead rebate, which is geared towards low and moderate income households. That rebate offers $5,000 for used and $7,500 for new eligible vehicles. There are limited funds, so you have to act fast here because once they're gone, they're gone. I mean, the money only lasts for so long, right? Rebates won't apply to vehicles purchased before yesterday. That was May 22nd. You can go to Oregon.gov for more information.
A reminder for you, the Portland Aerial Tram will be closed starting today until Tuesday morning for routine maintenance. So to get around the closure, you can catch a free shuttle, but there may be some delays. So budget extra time. The tram will reopen Tuesday morning at 5:30.
All right, before we get to Chris and the weekend forecast, how about this? A time lapse of, they're calling this a huge supercell thunderstorm that swirled across Oklahoma. This is video from Sunday when the state was dealing with tons of severe weather. That's been the case really for most of this week in parts of the Midwest and even the southern United States. Lots of crazy weather, but that video, hadn't seen that before. That is incredible, Chris.
That time lapse makes you really appreciate the power of nature and probably also appreciate the fact that we don't typically have, in fact, we almost never have the ingredients that produce weather like that. It's just dozens of reports of tornadoes, as Drew mentioned, all this week. Let's transition to this because there is a thunderstorm threat along and east of the Cascades for Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. So just keep that in mind if you're traveling that part of the state. Maybe you're doing some outdoors, some recreating this weekend, camping, etc. Real quick, this is Futurecast at 6:40 p.m. on Sunday. Not anticipating severe weather, thankfully, but there is the possibility of some showers and maybe a rumble of thunder indicated by some of these brighter yellows that you see on the map here. Again, late Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening in response to a storm system offshore that will eventually bring all of us a chance of rain on Memorial Day Monday. It's steaming across the North Pacific right now, and that will arrive late Sunday night and Monday with some wet weather in that part of our forecast. This is Futurecast on Memorial Day morning. Rain at the coast, that sweeps inland during the day. The bark worse than the bite. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of green paint on here. I can tell you, overall rainfall totals with this system are not very much. So we're not talking about like, raining out your Memorial Day or anything like that. It's more like a morning event, and then I think we turn sunny, and you'll see that in my 7-day forecast. Okay, all that said, it's pretty nice out there right now. The cloud cover is starting to break up a bit, as it will continue to do so throughout the day. It's 51 right now at PDX. We haven't hit 70 in Portland in almost 2 weeks. It's been cool. We're going to warm up today. I've got us at 72 this afternoon, and then our 7-day forecast has us climbing into the 80s tomorrow. Saturday looks like a beautiful day statewide at the beach, central and eastern Oregon, up at the Cascades here in the valley. I've got us at 82. Onshore flow kicks in a little bit on Sunday, so that's why I dropped the temperatures a little bit with some increasing high clouds in the day. But the point is Saturday and Sunday look great. Memorial Day Monday, as we've been talking about, that front sweeps ashore. It will bring us some showers, most likely in the morning, with a trend towards drier weather and some sunshine in the afternoon, but a bit cooler with highs near 70. And then we start to warm up a little bit. And in fact, we could be knocking on the door of our first 90-degree day by Wednesday of next week.